cute.
So
Okay,
is
there it
it?
is. It's YouTube at Daily HQ.
Oh, and just for the live stream.
Yeah.
So it's this.
Yep.
I see it. Right. So it's this one, blending in 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Quinn, I'm going to come join you guys up here.
Yeah, why not? Oh, do you have a laptop? Could you actually play the demos, the demo videos? That's awesome.
A day later, after I slept, I read all these questions and I answer them. That's fascinating. That's why I'm such a big deal.
Sorry to bother. I've been in the Discord looking for 5
Oh,
minutes. I
I'm
can't
sorry.
find it. Do you know where it might be? I've been looking and looking. I can't find it.
It's my fault. It's youtube.com at Daily HQ.
I'm going to take a picture of that.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay, so this is live streamed here.
Yep. Is this live stream right here?
Okay, great. Thanks so much. What's your name?
Quinn.
Quinn, I'm Rob.
Yeah.
So should I just pull those up ahead of time? Yeah, so we don't show the whole sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. We're just gonna show their video, right?
We're going to show their video. I'm going to hold the mic down there. And then... And we'll invite them up to talk about the tech. So it'll be Superstar AI first for number 3, and then Theater for number 2.
Theater's this one, right?
I believe so.
Put it in the URL,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. That's exactly it.
That's
That's number 2.
website.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do like a live demo for them or not?
I think not. I think we'll just play the video and then get them to come sit with us if they want to and talk about the tech.
Okay. Perfect.
So you've got all 3 queued up?
Yep.
Awesome.
I'll plug in whenever we are ready.
All right.
I think it is
We are ready to get started. Thanks everybody for being so patient. We apologize for being later than we meant to be for this. A little bit of a change of plans. You've probably seen in the Discord. We got 52 submissions, and so which is awesome. So we are focusing on the In San Francisco awards today, and we will do the remote ones async during the week. We'll do number 3, number 2, number 1 prizes, because I know everybody's excited about the cash prizes. But then if we have time and people want to stay, we'd also like to sort of highlight a couple other ones that we really loved. We loved a lot of them. But without further ado, 3rd place cash prize goes to Superstar AI. Are the Superstar folks here? Yeah, do you want to come up and sit with us? We'll play your video and then we want to hear a little more about the tech stack. Because everybody here wants to hear about the tech stack. I don't think it will. I think we gotta do this. Yeah, I can try.
The right industry connections, and it's just not possible for some girl in Kazakhstan with musical talent to become just as famous if she's not born in LA.
That's why we're introducing Superstar AI. Turn yourself into a superstar icon in album in just a few minutes. It all works in 3 super steps. Generate AI songs, train your AI voice model, and instantly start dubbing songs to something in your voice.
So if I was trying to create an album in Suno, I would get a song. But it doesn't sound like me. And so if I wanted to dub it into my voice, I train my voice model by speaking for 10 seconds, like, never mind, I'll find someone like you. And And then I get this video back.
Oh, we're hacking through the weekend, crunching all the time. Those AI wonders hoping for a dime. With Johnny's even Charles, what you call me do? We'll get to all the judges and hope our code pulls through. Cause she's on there, investing like a boss. There has demo driving, show me we don't get lost. Sasha's bringing baby young to life, guitars with flair. And Dash just in Google, the clouds in his care.
So you can see now it sounds more like my voice.
Oh, we're hacking.
Similarly, we have my voice here now and in the sound of the weekend and also Bollywood.
Oh no, my love would be tragic. So you know.
बच्चे वर्ड मेरे लैप पे भी माइंड हम तो डोंट बी कैसला कसम से मैं कसम से बीस तेरे सिवा के ना किसी का बोलूं प्लीज और कहने ले कुछ की कमीज तेरे पीछे की कम मेरे पीछे है पुलिस baby you're a good girl and I'm a bad boy मेरा lifestyle head for a flamboyant I got it बच्चे sorry guys let's get started. Step 1 is generating songs which means AI uses a prompt or custom lyrics. Step 2 is training the universal voice model which means that your gender and meaning of the scripts or voice AI can make work for you. Step 3 is basically now creating the songs using existing images of the creator or uploading custom images with your voice model. And that's basically it. You have your song library, voice model library, and you also have your dubs.
So if you want to try it out and generate your own AI music albums in your voice, you can do it now. It's simply visit this website. Thanks for your time.
So can you tell us just a little bit about like how you started to build, what issues you ran into, and how you sort of got all the way there over the finish line in a 48-hour-ish hackathon session? And then I'm sure Brian, who has lots and lots of experience with generative video, will have questions.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy that our project did well. Yeah, the inspiration was, Suno is cool, but if I wanted to become like Eminem or Taylor Swift, they all need to be in my voice in order for me to start making money on Spotify. And there's like no easy way for me to make all the songs in my voice, especially if you don't know how to sing. And you actually don't have to train it by singing at all. You can just talk, and then it'll understand your voice and make it seem like you know how to sing. So the 3 steps are: first, you generate a song, and we use like an unofficial Suno API. And then you get back your song either with custom lyrics or AI-generated lyrics. And you guys can try it out right now on tinyurl.com/superstarai. Then step 2 is we train your voice model using an open source model called RBC. And then we update your song to be sung in your voice. And then you can see your song library of your dubbed songs. And you can also upload songs, so it can be covers of songs that already exist. It doesn't have to be generated through Suno, as well as, you can train voice models and play songs in other people's voices. And we also want to add a feature for making music videos, too.
So where do you see this going in terms of the music industry and proliferation of lots of different artists? Like, how are we going to sort through all of these amazing artists that are going to be coming out with this kind of technology?
I guess it's my perspective that actually human art should not be limited by people with the money to have producers or people with the money and networks to like know LA, nor even people limited by singing ability. I think human art should be limited by taste and people's creativity. And there's already millions of people making songs, but they're just bad. But I think that being able to enable people to make songs, even if it's for fun, if you want to make like a birthday present for your friend and make it a song, or like a Mother's Day gift and make it a song, like you should just be able to do it as long as you have taste.
So do you see people starting to sort of follow, you're saying like tastemakers in a way that can curate styles and sounds?
I guess my perspective is over time, we've developed tools as humanity in order to go from, like, if you had an idea for a novel, it would be so hard, like before writing even existed. And then pen and paper came out and Socrates was like, oh, pen and paper is going to make everyone lazy. And then it made everyone lazy, but now we have books and books are fantastic. And then people were like, oh, TV is going to make everyone lazy. But now we have animes and like really interesting ways for people to experience living in someone else's shoes. And so I think just the concept of experiencing reality and human life through other people's creation is something that's just, you've seen a trend where it becomes easier and easier to live someone else's life in a day and understand their perspective and allow them to communicate with you in new ways. So I think if you just take that through with AI, what you should have is people able to communicate in even more artistic ways and even more ways to them without being limited by their tools.
Awesome, thanks so much.
Cash prize number 2 for the San Francisco track is Instant Voice. Instant Voice. Are the Instant Voice folks still here? Yes, I see you. You want to come? You don't have to, but you want to come hang out with us and watch the video and tell us a little more about what you built. Uh-oh, I'm one chair short, but we can fix that while we queue up the video.
Instant Voice is a tool that will allow any business to instantly build a voice assistant. So for example, I run the Great Star Theater in Chinatown, and we get a ton of phone calls from people asking basic stuff that's on our website. We get so many calls, we don't even bother answering it anymore. So we can use Instant Voice, paste in the web address of my business, and click create. The rest is automatic.
We found out kind of late when to do a video demo, so we didn't talk through the whole thing. But,
I love video demos that show lots and lots of console output. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, yes!
but it is running on the web. You can try it yourself. It's not localhost.
So it is running on the web. Do you have a really cool time?
As you can see, it's assigned a phone number there. We're going to give that phone number a call and give it a try.
Thank you for calling Great Star Theater. How can I help you today?
Do you have any shows tonight?
We don't have any shows tonight. Our next event is the Hot Food Fashion Contest on November 3rd, 2024. Let me know if you need more information.
That sounds awesome. What's your bag policy?
We recommend bringing small bags only, as large bags may be subject to search or not allowed inside. If you have specific items or concerns, feel free to ask.
Thank you. I think that's it.
And then the audio got cut off on this, but the audio got cut off on this part, but I'm trying to show how we're using the VAPI analytics to figure out if the user asked anything that it wasn't able to answer. Eventually that'll be integrated in the product, so you'll be able to get a report of the kinds of things people ask and additional information you might want to provide to give the best user experience to callers.
That's a great segue.
Wouldn't it be crazy if you could create voiceovers?
That YouTube algorithm knows this too well. It would in fact be crazy. Tell us a little bit about the sort of approach you took, the tech stack. What was easy, what was hard?
Sure. So I actually do run a theater in Chinatown, and we really do get a lot of phone calls that somebody likes to don't answer it anymore. And most of the information is on our website. So I've been wanting to scratch my own itch for a while. I, about a week ago, built something specifically for the Great Star Theater on top of the OpenAI real-time API. But it was pretty specific, and it was a bit of a pain to make it. So I thought for this hackathon, how about I build something that is generic, that anyone can use? They just put in their business address. So what it does, as far as on the tech side, it uses, so basically it scrapes using Firescrape, pulls all the information from the website. Firecrawl, okay. Pulls all the information from the website, puts that in GPT-4o, gets some structured data out about the business, the phone number, the industry it's in. Knowing the industry it's in allows us to, we have custom crafted prompts for different industries. So for example, in the theater industry, it'll automatically pull structured data for upcoming events. Restaurant industry, it can pull your menu. But then it just dumps all of that in GPT-4o and basically tells it to make a guide for a new receptionist you're hiring. And it puts that in VAPI, which is this really awesome platform. I was planning on having to build it all myself, which is going to be a lot, but too much for a hackathon. And then I found out about VAPI, and it literally does everything I would have done manually. It just does it automatically. So there's a little bit of tweaking around with it. We get the phone number in Twilio. It works really well. It is live. I put the link on Discord. It's also in the YouTube video description. It's callai.okikudo.com/auto because it's a hackathon, but we'll have a better domain eventually. But yeah, I'm planning on using this myself at my theater. So, yeah, you have anything to add?
Yeah, just that don't all use it because I think it costs us like a couple of dollars. New phone number, and also that the VAPI integration. Roger told me last night. He's like, oh yeah, it might be a little bit tough. It's like midnight or something, and then you get like a bunch today, but like you managed to fend it out in a couple hours. So that's both testament to Roger, but also the ease of use with the API.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
So who do you envision using this? Because I can imagine different use cases, but like, where would you like to see this being used?
Well, initially, focusing on scratching my own niche for SMBs, small local businesses, basically. So, for example, there's a bar across the street from my theater. He has the same issue. He doesn't answer his phone, but wants to book VIP tables. And I was talking, the owner of it the other day, and he was like, he wants something to exist because I showed him the Great Star demo. He said, well, can you make one for me? So I did make one for him as part of testing. So now he's got one too.
And then, are you planning on pursuing that some more after?
Yeah, so I think the plan is to get a bunch of local businesses trying to use it, starting with people we know, but then expanding out and trying to get people in more industries using it, figuring out the rough edges. Again, we have some custom code for restaurants and theaters, but you could imagine it being used for hair salons and for all sorts of other businesses. He actually used to work at Apple, built their automated customer support system. So when you call Apple, and it's not exactly AI, but it's smarter than your average phone tree. So the idea is to kind of take his learnings from that and maybe scale to larger companies eventually.
Do you envision there being any sort of like marketplace where we can find small businesses that use this kind of technology to make our lives easier?
I mean, the goal is that you just go on Google Maps, any phone number you call, they use us instead of going straight to them. But yeah, at the moment, it's more kind of see how the response is and see what it works best at, and keep making it work better, different verticals.
Thank you.
Great awesome, job. Thank you.
Do you want to do the next one?
No, I just wanted to give you the better access to the cord. There you go.
And the first place for the San Francisco entrance goes to Cruzy. Are the Cruzy folks here? Did I get it wrong? No? Oh, good job.
Yeah, no, that's.
And do you want to come up and swap with me for this Q&A?
Shit.
Simply enter a destination to get started. Hey, I'm Cruzy, your road trip buddy. I'll be your guide on the way to Oakland, California. You can move the map, search interesting places you should visit, play games with you or your kids, and even tell you some jokes. Let's have some fun. Can you zoom out, please? Are there any interesting places around here? Next to the beautiful waters, you will find the Kate Steiner Memorial Bench on Pier 42, a place of reflection and remembrance. Furthermore, close by there is the historic Penn Station Post Office building, a significant monument capturing the charm of the past. Additionally, stop by St. Frank Coffee on Folsom Street, a great spot for a delightful coffee experience. Are there any parks nearby? Check out Trevor Iris.
No, and I'm going to say that we're doing this. This is the only category for this. I was thinking of doing three more Q&As. That the judges particularly like. Is that okay? Yes, please. Yeah. The drone one, comfy, and I'll do comfy UI for voice at the end. The drone one, call mom. Okay. Is that ready? Is that okay? I don't think they were quite as polished, but I can do it. I'm just saying the one you asked for mine. I don't think. Okay. I'll do the hardware one. Which one was that? The fashion. I didn't think I couldn't tell what they actually built. Is it developer kit or hardware? Okay. I know, but I don't know what they actually built. Okay. Yes. Okay. The hologram ones of drone. You want the fashion one with the spinning? I don't know. I just thought. Was that good?
What's the game did you like? Say what you saw.
I saw it.
Yeah. So like this could be a cool way to have a little fun. I can focus on driving so I don't get into an accident.
Yeah. And we can also post about stuff on Twitter. I don't think we should do more than that.
I got I'm part of several multi-thousand person communities.
Okay, great.
And I run a couple. I run YC Startup School Ignite Group and Large People Model. And people were asking me. So, what's your name?
Quindla. I'm person organized.
Oh, what do you do? Are you?
To be honest, I just was saying over the weekend, play around with that API and there were a couple of ideas listed on the Notion side, and one of them was actually to build something like as a navigating with voice or something like that. So that's where my inspiration came from, and then I thought about the actual application.
Actually, 10 years ago, I worked on a project very similar to this, and this will be very useful for blind people because they can actually just talk to someone, and as you're moving around, you can tell them what's around them, which is not possible to them, at least right now. Yeah. You have to stop someone and say, hey, like, is there something that I can go eat, or like, is there a park I can go to? This thing can just solve it.
Yeah, I totally agree. That was actually something I thought about too. Like when I first saw that Notion page, I was thinking about maybe using this to street view, and helping blind people with the complicated today. So I ended up building this.
What's the tech stack? I'm really curious.
I'm a big fan of PHP, so I use PHP for sure, and I use Vue.js in front end. Yeah, and it's like I said in the video, it's the most challenging part of this was to actually make the function calling work for both the server and the client. Because we want to zoom into the map or pan around, but also fetch data from the server. So doing that like with the web project was the most challenging.
I think of one more really cool use case with kids actually, and I have a lot of trouble getting my 3-year-old to leave the house because he loves like video games. And so what we'll often do is like try to tease him with some really cool things to do out there. So it would be cool. I can see this being used to like to be a tour guide for what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go to this playground. We're gonna go get ice cream here, and they can take us on that journey ahead of time. And with kids, it really helps them to know where they're going ahead of time. It relieves a lot of anxiety. It's here.
Yeah, thank you. I agree. Especially just combining all the information that you can get from things like the Matchbox, point of interest, and everything. Nothing really. I got too much other work to do.
What do you do in your normal day?
I am to make a living. I'm a contractor, so I build web applications for my clients. And I just started a couple of months ago. I started a new project. It's called GriefMate. It's an AI call platform, enabling any kind of business. Like what we are building here, all the open source things are great and awesome, but GriefMate is making it more accessible to like normal businesses to build or handle any kind of inbound and outbound calls. And that's what I'm doing. That's what brought me here to this event.
Very cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can we do 3 more? Do you want to stay and do 3 that are just like judges' choices? So it really was hard to pick the 3 winners here. There were so many good projects. We're going to do 3 more, play 3 more of the videos, and invite folks up to talk about what they built if they want to. Are the folks who built the persistent display and the fashion assistant hardware Tavis thing here? Are they here? They're in the back. Do they want to come up? No pressure. Is it easy for you to cue those up? Sorry, I didn't do a good job.
Yeah, no. I can do that.
I love hardware. And anybody who tackles an ambitious hardware project during a hackathon weekend, I'm super impressed by. And this team definitely tackled a very ambitious hardware project. Oh, look, you can see the hardware here. Yeah. Batteries, a screen. Here we go.
I'm Justin.
And today we've decided to build this awesome little Tavis kiosk and a persistence of vision display to show to you guys. This thing's pretty awesome. We couldn't quite get it working with the Tavis agent, but we did start to see the glimmer of hope with it. I'll show you guys kind of what we're working with. So as it rotates, you'll see it starts to kind of create the part of the circle's blue, part of the circle's red. And the frame rate on the camera is actually not showing you quite how awesome it looks. So you'll have to see it in person to see exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, as far as the agent goes, this is a awesome little agent built into a kiosk that we've designed some awesome hardware, and it's able to listen to you, talk to you, and help you decide what outfits you want to wear, stuff like that. This is the hardware that we've designed for the actual unit as well. It's all up on the back here, and that'll allow you to on the go make it happen, battery operated, ready to rock. And we built all this during the hackathon, so yeah, awesome. Thank you guys so much.
This is our Tavis agent, Sky 2.0. This was a real person. We cloned her using the Tavis interface, and it came out really well and realistic. This is the personal shopper. I want to know, what outfit should I wear?
I love your energy, based on what I see.
Well, I want to wear this shirt. Can you describe it?
Your shirt sounds cool. It's a black tee with a fun, colorful grid pattern of cat faces. I love the fun twist on a simple tee. Those cat faces will definitely add.
So this is the kiosk. We have our sponsor's name on it.
So you all started with a lot of stuff you wanted to do. How did you end up kind of narrowing it down? What worked? What was hard?
The beginning was just trying to get the vision display working, and well, my part of it, and she was working on the agent and getting that all like running on the Raspberry Pi. But once we figured out that the vision display, the Hall sensors weren't going to be exactly what we needed, and that we would need a different part, then we just kind of pivoted a little bit to directly on the kiosk. I'll let you talk about the challenges.
It was challenges trying to get the hologram, like get the live streams, like to the persistence of vision display, and like syncing the audio with the video and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a mic right behind you.
So this thing is portable, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've seen a portable thing just like this. And what do you envision the use cases are for it being portable?
Well, I mean, if it's in a robot or something like roaming around, it could talk to you with the AI agent as the kind of face to the device.
Like the Tesla bot?
Yeah, something like that. Actually, my company, General Lithium, we work with Tesla, and we were talking with them about using our BMSs in the Tesla bot specifically. So
very cool.
Should be cool.
Do you have any like the application was a fashion assistant? So do you envision this showing up in like a Nordstrom's or a Chanel store someday in the future?
Yeah.
Definitely.
What do you think has to happen for that to be? What else has to get built or has to work for the fashion assistant to be in, kind of broad use?
I'm not sure. I think AI should start being in a lot of retail stores.
I like that it recognized the Pipe Cat logos.
yeah.
Actually. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys so much.
The drone, okay? We love the drone, and I think everybody who's seen it loves the drone. Do you want to come up? We'd love to play the video. Do you want to come up and just talk a little bit about the drone after we play the video? Yeah, you can bring it up to.
I'm okay without bringing it up.
Yeah.
Drone dispatcher ready, awaiting instructions.
The drone's in the right location. Take a look and start tracking the guy who's on his phone right now.
Tracking initiated on the target. Drone dispatcher ready. Over.
Can you go check how busy the nearest Trader Joe's is?
Nearest Trader Joe's.
Drone's going a little slow. Can you increase it to 10 meters per second?
Speed set to 10 meters per second. Continuing to Trader Joe's. Drone has arrived at Trader Joe's. Traffic looks moderate.
You actually overshot a little bit. Can you back up 50 meters and then take a look?
Backing up 50 meters. Positioned correctly. Checking the area now. Trader Joe's parking lot is visible now. The parking area shows light to moderate activity.
Start tracking the white van.
Start tracking the white van.
If the drone's power below 70%, please send it home.
Drone's battery below 70%. Returning home. Area appears clear and suitable for landing. Proceed with the return to home function now.
Really cool. Super impressive sort of stack of functionality.
Yeah.
Also really nice edit on the video,
thank
by
you.
the way. I'm going to jump right into the in the weeds question because as somebody who builds a lot of stuff that tries to get LLMs to do complicated things, my first question is, what is the sequence of function calls that gets executed when you ask, hey, tell me how busy the nearest Trader Joe's is?
Oh, I think you'll like this one. So I made custom frames within Pipecat to essentially go from the LLM down to a function call, and those function calls execute a series of different, like, sequential frame propagations that go back up to ask for frames of video, to ask for Google Maps API locations, and then it just kind of executes those in parallel, and then they all come back to the LLM with your new parallel function calling that you got to help me work this weekend. But yeah, it's able to do all this because Pipecat's framework allows it to be really, like, I don't know, smart end-to-end, really extensible too.
Very cool. This is incredibly impressive. Watching this afterwards, I'm like, this is, I don't want to say it, but wow, this is really amazing. I've actually done a drone project myself before, so I know how hard this is. And I'm going to ask kind of a similar question I've asked before, but like, how do you see this getting deployed? Because like drones, and I'll get a little bit deep on this too. Right now, like with BV loss and some of the other regulations around flying over people, eventually those are going to clear. Eventually the FAA is going to allow that kind of stuff, right?
Maybe.
So then will everybody have their own drone, or will we have like a centralized set of drones? How do we manage this in the future at scale?
Yeah, I think the obvious application is how they're doing it right now. There's drones as a first responder. There's firefighters using these. They send the drones there to get some situational awareness. But at least for me, the reason I wanted to create this project is because, like, we all wanted to be Iron Man growing up, right? Like, that's why any of us do engineering. So, like, I want a personal one. I think everyone would too. In order to manage a system like that, where everyone has their own, would be quite difficult. But I imagine it to be something similar to, like, robo-taxis, right? You can rent them out. You call a Waymo the same way you call a Waymo. You can be like, I need a drone to follow me home and make sure I get home safe. It can like watch around you, make sure there's no one following you, stuff like that. But I think that's how it'll pan out in the future. But man, I don't think FAA is going to lift those regulations, man. It's just only going to get worse from here. They haven't seen this video yet. They're gonna hate it.
Do not put this on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, man. Yeah, all the comments are like, how did you do this legally? And there was a spotter present for all stages of flight. Someone was flying it. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for showing.
We got an
what you
audience
did.
question.
Oh, yeah. What do you use for video audio detection is the question.
Video object
Object.
Sorry. Yes, I'm very
Yeah,
tired.
so that was the kind of the point of the hackathon. So before it was using grounding dyno for its, because you needed to do from text to a bounding box, and GPT is really bad at that. So grounding dyno lets you do like associative and like referencing statements, like track the guy who's sitting with white headphones, so you can reference that. But what we did this weekend was, well, I did this weekend was integrated YOLO at a lower level, and YOLO would be able to do basic object detection that will allow you to track objects that are moving. So grounding dyno takes 30 seconds on my laptop. So if you ask it to track a car, it's gonna be gone by the time it locks it on. So now it's using YOLO and still some grounding dyno, GPT-4o vision, and other stuff.
So it seems like segment anything. It's like only best for image acquisition.
Question is about segment anything. We're diving deep on computer vision.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, no, this is good. Segment anything. So there's two ways I'm running stuff. There's stuff running locally on the drone, and there's stuff running in the cloud.
Yeah.
And currently, I don't have a segment anything running in the cloud, and it's too heavy for the drone. So right now, I'm just breaking it down by what can be feasibly run on the drone. So like YOLO, CSRF, CRTC, whatever. Yeah, some open source, some OpenCV stuff. So whatever can't be run on the drone will be run in the cloud. And since I can't get, I don't know if there's a SAM as a service, but if there was, I'd be using it.
Yeah, there's a model, I think, QuinnVL. It's a new like direct video object detection.
Recommendation of QuinnVL vision model that is getting a lot of props in the community right now.
I'm very curious about the setup of the application, whether how much you want it to be end to end, just so entirely by one model, versus it seems like you're doing sequential stuff yourself.
Yeah, she asked about the different model layers and what can be end to end. So I think eventually large language models, the vision models, vision transformers will be fast enough that you can run them real time. But since they can't really, it's like takes 3 seconds for it to come back. You would need different levels of models. The lighter weight ones would give you real time responses, tracking, stuff like that. But then the higher level ones would be able to answer questions like, is there a fire in the scene? Yeah, it's a latency and compute game.
I have a follow-up question there, which is what is running locally on the desktop sitting in front of you? What's running on the drone, and what's running as a service somewhere else that you're calling out to?
Secret sauce? No. So there's an NVIDIA Jetson on the drone that's running YOLO, the OpenCV algorithms. Grounding dyno runs on my laptop. That's why it's so slow. And then everything else is, I don't know, OpenAI, Anthropic, whatever you want to plug in.
Where's the PipeCat process running?
PipeCat's running on my laptop. Yeah. If this were to scale, you would want everyone to have their own instance of PipeCat. I don't know how you would, pool resources for that, but I think you can just run an instance for everyone. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Really fun to see this work.
Thank you so much.
One more comfy UI for voice. Okay. We're gonna do one more. This is halfway between an apology to the team for not allowing them to be eligible to win and a sponsor's privilege. So a lot of projects here used an open source framework that emerged out of the company I work at called Daily. The open source framework is called PipeCat. It's an orchestration layer for real-time multimodal AI. And Shashank, who's gone back to LA, met us a couple weeks ago at an event and said he wanted to build comfy UI for voice. And I said, well, we have the underlying architecture for that. And I think that's an unbelievably fabulous, fantastic idea. I'm all in, and so are a bunch of my colleagues, I am sure. And so Shashank showed up here, and Shashank and Vanessa built out a full working V1 of comfy UI for voice on top of PipeCat this weekend. And I really think it has, I think this could help a lot of people do interesting things in a programmery way with real-time multimodal AI. So I wanted to show this video and answer questions about it if anybody has it. And this will be the last thing we do in the San Francisco track of this hackathon tonight.
I'm Shashank, and we're building HouseCat. HouseCat is a no-code tool that helps you build PipeCat workflows. So the big challenge right now is for hobbyists to build voice AI software, you have to know how to code. And in order to be able to customize a bunch of different options, you need to learn Python or PipeCat and all these other things. And so what we said is, well, why don't we build a no-code tool to be able to build voice agents. So let's walk you through how this works. So this is what it looks like, and basically this is a JSON workflow that you can load into the tool. So let's walk through what the JSON workflow looks like. Oh, it's right here. And so you can see these are like a bunch of nodes, and it doesn't matter, but you can actually modify it. So you can kind of say, okay, so in this case, I have an audio input coming in, and we can change the source of this input. So we can say like, okay, we want the daily input, and here you'll put in your daily URL token. This is a test version. We're going to modify this later. And let's say I want to say that we have voice activity detection enabled and pass-through enabled. This is a transport node that comes from PipeCat. This goes into a speech-to-text. We're using DeepGram in this case, and audio passes out. The audio now gets converted to text, and you can see like I can basically add and remove nodes, because now when we have text, we want to go and feed it into the LM. In this case, we're using 4. And let's say if I wanted to add a system prompt to this, I'll basically do you are a helpful assistant. And what I'll do is I'll connect this to the system prompt. And this now goes into the text-to-speech node, and then goes into an output transport node, so you now get output audio input to audio output. This compiles back into a JSON, which is the really cool part, and effectively you can make an API call to PipeCat. So we have a local instance of PipeCat running right over here, and you can see we're loading this JSON, and this JSON workflow gets translated to a PipeCat workflow with this translator. And we have different mappings available for it, so let's run it and let's see what happens. So here we can see it's running. It's building a lot of like different, you can see it's DeepGram text-to-speech service, a lot of different like Cartesia for, DeepGram for speech-to-text, Cartesia for text-to-speech. And now you can join this right over here. Now you see us.
Now You See Me is a film released in 2013, directed by Louis Leterrier. The movie is about a team of illusionists called the Four Horsemen, who pull off bank heists during their performances and reward their audiences with the money. The plot follows.
So in the future, we're going to have, when the FAA changes its regulations, we're going to have drones just flying all around, all over the sky. You're going to open up your web browser. You're going to make some HouseCat graphical things. You're going to connect them all up. You're going to send that to some drone in the sky, and it's going to do whatever you want it to do, powered by multimodal AI. I think that's a good wrap for the weekend. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and teaching and learning and having fun.